guys, this is Heidi Stitching Faye. How are you guys doing today? I'm back again with another Flosstube number 14, and today's date is the January 31st, 2023. I'm back with my regular update. I did not stitch a lot since there's not been too much time since my last video, but I do want to go through my kitted items that are sampler or samplerish like. Last time I was supposed to do it, but because of the time, I promised, but I wasn't able to deliver. So this time I decided to try again. But before I start, I did wanted to mention two amazing Flosstubers that shouted me out, and they recommended my channel. They are Christy and Carol. Christy from Daisy Case Primitives and Carol from Saltback Stitcher. I love their channels. Both of them are amazing stitchers, and I was so complimented and surprised when Carol told me that Christy recommended my channel and she watched it and liked it. I'm like, oh my God. The talented stitchers that I look up to are watching my channel. I am so honored. You guys have no idea. And like a kid in the candy store, I'm so excited to find out best in the cross stitching community are watching. And I want to thank both of those ladies for watching, for shouting out my channel. And I wanted to say I am really thankful and humbled by your kindnesses. Thank you, Carol and Christy, for recommending my channel. I wanted to start today by showing one framed item. I stitched this a while back, but I just got around framing it, and I wanted to share because I'm impatient. I was going to share this on Valentine's, but since I just picked it up, not just 2 days ago, I wanted to show my framed item. It's Barbara Anna Love something. Once I stitch them, I put away my charts, God knows where, and that's why, but I can look up if you need this. I stitched this on 28 count. It's the thick fabric, Lugana or more. It starts with M. They sell it on Michaels. And I stitched this a few years ago. There's no glass. And I added these keys instead of stitching them. I added 3 keys. You see? Stitch for my anniversary, and just got around framing it. It's a very big piece. It took me a while to stitch this dress, but I'm so glad I did it and I finished it. It's a Barbara Anna, Love Always, probably something like that. The frame is Hobby Lobby frame. Love never fails. I should read back of it. I put the tag. Love never fails, and it was framed in Hobby Lobby. I found a framer who knows how to work with needlework. When you go by big box stores, you just don't know if the framers are aware of how to frame needleworks. But it just happened. I asked her, and she said she knows how to frame samplers. That's why I took a chance, and I think she did a wonderful job framing it. And I like thinner frame, so it won't take too much space. And I stitched called for DMC floss. Coffee tea dyed it myself. Love never fails. Barbara, and 28 count Monaco. I should read back of my own pictures. And this one I showed you guys last time, but I put it inside a frame. And I'm gonna keep throughout February, Valentine's, since they are snowmen, but they have a heart, they have, they're a couple. It's a Mill Hill kit. I usually put 1 or 2 Mill Hill kits. They are easy to finish. And those are the 2 finishes I have. I did finish one, but where is it? It's back end of my pile. When I get there, I'll show it to you guys. So I'm just gonna pick up, I'll pick up what I worked at the new start. That's the word I'm looking for, the new start. I finally received my Scarlet House Martha Evans 1879. This is for Brenda's birthday celebration. It started January 16, but I think by the end of the January, you can start anytime. But for her birthday, there's a sale going on. Brenda's big birthday bash, I think. I should have looked up. There's a hashtag going on, and a lot of stitchers are stitching, and I wanted to start, and I just received it yesterday. The moment I received it, I dropped everything and I picked it up, and I just want to put a start and show that I started on January. Happy birthday, Brenda. And such a beautiful sampler. I'm working with the Cold 4 DMC floss, and the picture looks darker. This is the Cold 4 DMCs. I did change the red to a silk I had, a 6for You silk, and I changed the tree. Supposed to have some variegation. And the fabric I used, Seraphim Old Stationery. This is the fabric color, and let me just show you the size of the chart. I usually start from this end. For me, it's the lower right corner. For you, when I show, it's the lower left corner. And I usually work either up or down from here. But that's my comfort corner. I feel like my stitchings look better. Seraphim, this is the color. This is the first time I use Seraphim fabric, and I gotta say, I really like the fabric. It's so easy and smooth. It was easy to stitch on this fabric. So this was the Scarlet House Martha Evans 1879, and I was able to find a lot of online shops. Even 123 Stitch carries it. Kitten Stitcher, those are the shops I look, and they all have it. Before I received that package, I was working on my Pretty Ladies and Shimmering Mermaid by Mirabilia. I had worked last year. I started middle start and I had partial tail. So anything waist up is new. It's Shimmering Mermaid AMD 71. And I'm working with, let me just show it. What is the fabric type? Oh, it's the Fabrics by Stephanie. I did not write it down. I thought I did. I will let you guys know. Fabrics by Stephanie. It's I know the name, and it's in the package. I forgot to bring it. So last time I had it waist down, all of this. Added this scarf, and everything above the waist is new stitches. This one, I love it because of all the shimmers. I did put some beads, petite beads, to see how I feel. It's gonna have way more of those. And I'm putting also Cranix. I finished the face and I want to stop, but it looked like a robot, like an iRobot. So I decided to put few flosses of hair until I get back to her. She's so soft, feminine. She's more romantic mermaid. Her face, the way she looks, she's shy. It feels like she's shy. And her name, she is Shimmering Mermaid. Quite a bit work on her, so she took quite a bit time to do all the beads and craning. And I worked on also quite a little bit on Oh Joyous Day by Blackbird Design. And again, I'm starting from here and I'm going this way. So I already had this and this and this, so I'm working on those two. I finish everything. I do even the specialty. Those are specialty stitches. What are those called? Sorry. They are, it's gonna come to me. Those are specialty stitches over there. Once I stitch, I'll let you guys know. Oh Joyous Day Blackbird Design, and I am working with 40 count antique Newcastle linen ancient. Not a lot of stitches, but still I think quite a bit. So I had those. I just worked on the end of this one and the added this bird. The way I work with this design is I use called for flosses if I have, and whatever I don't have it, I get a hand-dyed floss from my collection. This one is the most time it took for me to work, and it's Plum Street Samplers Heritage Sampler. Again, I'm working from this end and coming this way. Last time I showed, I had a little bit of this vine going up, and I had only this flag 1/1 and 2 or 3 of the waves. So right now I have quite a bit. One moment. I think I can finish this. The way I went, it's, oops. I had this up to here. Everything else is added. And the reason it took me a long time is because of this. They are all 1/1. One thing I wanted to say, I did the flag half stitch, 1/1 half stitch. I did full stitches for the words, and I don't know if you guys can see the difference. I see it on the whites, but I decided on 40 count to 1/1, so that's crazy, but I'm doing it. This also 1860, 1960, I wish. 1860, it was 1/1, and it was the same color as his hat. So after I finished the hat, I did the 1/1. This is the year he was elected, election year that he was elected president. So that's significant for him. It's so great that I know the US history, but good refresher, the dates and stuff. Like the election year. I know Lincoln got elected, but I forgot about 1860 until I saw here, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was he's the 16th president? I think he is, yeah. 16th US president, 16, not 60, 16. So it's kind of cool to refresh the history, his dates and stuff while I'm stitching. And once I frame it, this is not a big piece. Once I frame it, I'm gonna keep it up all year long. It's Heritage Sampler, and I think in my kitted side, I have all 3 of them, and I am planning to stitch on Vintage Country Mocha 40 count. That's why I chose this fabric, so they all match, and I'm using all the cold for hand-dyed floss. I'm working on the White House right now. So, Plum Street Sampler. This is a pretty, even though it looks small, there was a lot of stitching. It took me 1 or 2 days just for the words. But the results, I like it. Let me see. Oh yeah, the newest finish is, again, I don't know why I was on a Plum Street sampler kick this time around. Snort Stuck. I had only the heel of last year. This time I picked up, I decided just to finish it. The colors are hand-dyed floss, but I chose from my own stash. And it's stitched 36 count raw natural linen 2/2. The reason I'm not finishing this, I already showed you guys, but I thought it would be fun to show what I'm trying to do. I finished last year, which was a month ago, this one, a tired trio. And this is stitched on 32 count. This is stitched on picture this plus Sprite. Look at 32 and 36. They are the same size. Because it's hand dyed, this is not hand dyed. So even though this is 36, this is 32, I think this is a little bit bigger than this one, and the sizes, the chart size are almost the same. So I have this two, and I have Rock Stock, the Christmas one. But I'm trying to finish few of them before I decide how to finish them or work on them. I have, let me see, I'll show you which one I'll start next. Since 4th of July is right around the corner, I know Easter is gonna come and go so fast. I'm gonna work on hand pack. I have the same 36 count raw natural linen, and I just got enough floss for whatever I need. I separate from the spools and I bobbinette myself. Hand pack, it says US flags and stuff, so I thought it would be good. This one I want to, I might start this one too because I really love the colors I chose. Called for colors did not, I think 1 or 2 of them might be called for colors, but the reds, I went through my stash and I tried to get the reds I like with the 36 count raw natural linen. I have also sheep heat, again 36 count with the floss. This is a Medici wool. I decided to do with this for the sheep to give a fuzzy look. If I can find I have a whole collection of Medici wools. If I can find the white one, I want to do this one, or cream one. I want to do this one cream also with the wool floss. Well, I got this one already done. I have raccoon brabble. This one I'm gonna not start anytime soon because it says 1/1s and it's more autumny. Right now I don't want to stitch too much autumny stuff. And llama lump. Again, I chose my own floss. And raw natural linen. Yeah, they're all the same, so I'm not gonna repeat 100 times. And the last but not least is the Bigfoot bunch. So when I was looking back on my videos, which I feel kind of uncomfortable when I do it, but I realized one thing. I have a lot of smalls, but I keep on starting the big ones, and I forget to start the small ones. So if I have those all kitted up ready, I feel like when I'm in between the big ones, it's a great way to just do a small. So they are ready to be started anytime I want to. Okay, so those are all the finishes and works I've done. So I decided to go through my pile of projects and show you guys what I am planning. I might not start all of them, but I thought it's a good way to show. A lot of them I have the fabrics, but I don't put them together in case I change my mind. I don't want the fabric to be there and I forget about it. I've been loving this sampler for a long time. Jen Hopkins 1875 Hands Across the Sea sampler. These flowers, so gorgeous. And I have I have all the DMC. I'm planning to start with the DMCs. I found these designers, many of the designers, they give a very good conversion for DMC. So a lot of times, even if I have the silk and I put it next to DMC, I don't see a difference. That's why I know it's so much fun to stitch with silks, but it's okay. DMC looks gorgeous. And it gives a good coverage on 40 count. I am gonna do it on 40 count. Again, this one is a drawn thread. Welcome Summer. Drawn thread, Welcome Summer. And this one, I got it from their website. And it comes like this. Those are a good way to start a silk. If you are not sure you like silks or too expensive, they send with enough beads for the project, enough silk for the project, and the fabric is 30 count antique lamb's wool. But they suggest you to stitch with 1/2 on 30 count lamb's wool. So I have not done that yet, so I'm gonna see if I like it. Looks like Wichel fabric. On my last update, I showed you guys I was stitching on the Strawberry Fields by Blackbird Design. This is from the same collection, and it says Eleanor Rigby. I am gonna do this version. I have let me show you. I have the Cold 4 fabric, which is the same as the Strawberry Fields. Vic's dye work, gray, with the floss, all gray, Eleanor Rigby. But if you don't like those gray colors, easily you can just switch to Sweet Baby. This one has a little bit more pinkish tones. I might just even go back and stitch the other way too, but right now I want to stitch this. Let's see. Once it's stitched, it shows more color than the pictures. It's so hard, especially antique, primitive looking designs to capture in the pictures because they are so primitive, prim looking. This one I've been trying to start since it came out, and with a needle and thread, and it came out 2021. Brenda Gervais, one of my favorite designers. I think I have, if not all, most of her charts. I've been a big fan of her work from beginning. And I've been a 20-year stitcher, so I did not just buy it yesterday, everything. Over the years, they piled up. I do have the Cold 4 hand-dyed floss, and my choice of fabric is this. Let me see. You can see a little bit of the modeling, and it's Extrude Design Lamb's Wool. Yeah. I thought like it will go great with the houses, the pinkish and the reddish ones. That's my thinking when I chose this fabric, and the size of this design will be this much. It's cut to the size with a 2-inch extra fabric. I think it will give me enough space, and I'm gonna start this. Do I have anything, Brenda Gervais? I don't have anything started. I finished all of the designs I had from this designer, so I might just start this when I need an excuse to start, as if I need an excuse to start. Another kit I have, this one also purchased as a kit, drawn thread, and it's a butterfly garden. Again, I purchased this with the silks, and it comes cut size 32 count natural linen. Again, the silks, I do believe they ask 1/2. This one has a lot of back stitching and stuff, and it's all spring colors. I am gonna start. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish it. Let me just show you guys close-ups. A lot of back stitchings, and I do not mind doing back stitching. I have stitched before. Actually, I have few projects that are mostly back stitching, but I need to be in special mood. The floss is so pretty, and it's already, they have the cards set up. So this one, I can even take it to trips and stuff. It's already, I don't know, does it come with a needle? I think I just need a needle for this project, that's all. And I buy them from their website, directly from the drawnthread.com. They sell the patterns other shops, but if you want the kitted, get it through them. I've been admiring this blackbird design. Merrily, we welcome spring. I have a theme, spring, this time around. I don't know if this is the called for color, but it's a 36 count oaken. Yeah, it is called for color. Gorgeous. It has a lot of modeling, and I have the called for floss also. Can you tell this has a little bit of a brownish, not pinkish, violety, but it's the called for color. This is a big one, and I have a lot of blackbirds started it, so I'm hoping to finish one before I start this. This is 15.5 by 15.5, so on a 36 count. So it's gonna be a big design. I might just start next year, but I have it in case I need a blackbird, as if I don't have enough. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys, I'm sure I'm the last person knows, blackbird is on the market. They are releasing one of the most sought out designs that was on eBay, one point going 80, 90, 100 plus, and they are reprinting it. And I noticed that a lot of designers realize that people want their designs, and opportunists are just hiking up the prices, which I made a decision. I'm not buying any of them that are outrageous prices, but just now patterns used to go crazy amount. Blackbird design that they are releasing now, they used to go $100, and I'm like, oh, that's for tiny thing, $100 for a used pattern? No. But nowadays I noticed that they are doing it. And I also noticed Birds of the Feather designs, 1884 stitchery. She got rights, and she's printing them, and she's selling the regular price. So before you go and buy it from out of print designs, outrageous prices, I would strongly suggest to check it out. A lot of designers nowadays are trying to release their designs fair price, fair market price. After saying all this, also I think has a lot of designs that used to be out of print, and they were one of the first designers that decided to reprint the outrageous priced ones. I'm gonna stitch a heart remembers, and I'm gonna start Valentine's Day. My chosen fabric is, oh, I'm making too much noise. Tahoe Picture This Plus 40 count, which is the color. It says blue lines, even though it doesn't show, the fabric itself has blue lines. I don't know, it's so hard to show hand-dyed fabrics on a video. A heart remember from the, yeah, a heart remembers from the book, A Heart Remembers. This one came out, when? I think it came out either 2021 or 2022. It was last year's release. And I'm planning to stitch this one too. I'm gonna stitch all of it, but A Heart Remembers is the one I have kitted up with the called for DMC floss. And Tahoe 40 count Picture This Plus. And this is my Valentine's Day start. Excuse me. Chair. I have this one, Dreaming of Tulips. I have a Dreaming of Sunflowers. I put it with my samplers because it says tulips all over. Rosewood Manor. And I purchased it with the fabric, 32 count antique white linen. But I'm thinking changing it to 40 count. So I have all the called for floss. But my thinking is it's gonna be too big. What is the size? 199 by 199. So I'm gonna change it to, again, white fabric, but 40 count instead of 32, and use 1/2 floss instead of 2/2. But this is a spring one. I'm not sure if I'm gonna start this. Not all the samplers I'm showing, I'm gonna start immediately, but those are the ones that are ready to go. If there is a sale going on and I have an excuse to start, or if there is anyways, any excuse to start. Another Rosewood Manor Buckleberry sampler S1037, designed by Karen Kaluba. This picture doesn't do justice to the design. I have seen on YouTube another stitcher stitched it, and the colors are way brighter, and it's on 32 count white, antique white Zweigart linen. It's way brighter than what it shows here. I do have a called for floss and called for fabric, and been wanting to stitch this for a long time. So let's see. I do have two designs almost finished from this Rosewood Manor. So I'm trying to finish the Winter Quaker before I start another of her designs. This way will be not trying to have few of each designer. I don't want to have all Blackbird designs or all Mirabilia or all Rosewood Manor. That's what I'm trying. Like if I have 1 or 2 Rosewood Manor, I'm trying to finish 1 or 2 before I start another one. Been wanting to stitch this, the Scarlet House, the Little Red Chair sampler. You're gonna laugh. After I saw Carol Saltbox Stitcher show her, I immediately went online and purchased the whole, not the kit. I got the fabric floss, called for floss, and a fabric, and I kitted up. It is a small one. They are suggesting 45 count, but I'm gonna do on 40 because I don't think I stitched anything smaller than 40 count. And the size is, this is a small one, 135 by 181 height. And it's the Little Red Chair sampler. I saw her show the finished one on her episode 78. If you guys want to see the finish, it looks so pretty. She had a finished but not frame items parade. That's where I saw it, and I fell in love with this design. This was a designer I did not know a lot until the Flosstube. This one is an exclusive from Hobby House. Yeah, Hobby House Needleworks. And it is Florence Mary Dickinson. I was gonna start it, but I got scared of the fabric. It's gorgeous, and I am gonna stitch something on it, but honestly, let me just show the pattern close up. From Needle and Flax, I ordered 90s Nirvana. I'm gonna stitch on that one. This one is gorgeous, gorgeous fabric, but I have never stitched sampler on this kind of fabric. And this is the called for, I got the whole set. It is cream brulee by Tabby Cat linen. So pretty. I guess I'm not brave enough. I haven't stitched, usually for my samplers, I choose very neutral, soft colors, very little modeling, and this was way too risky for me. Probably in a few years, I'm gonna say, why didn't I stitch on that one? But for now, I got scared, I chickened out. I did buy the Floss DMC set, and they were kind enough to send also the charm that has the Mary Dickinson. I really want to start this one this year. So if 90s Nirvana comes and the way it looks in the pictures, I don't see those fabrics in person. So sometimes camera shows differently, but that's what I'm hoping to stitch on. Yeah, 90s Nirvana, that's the fabrics color that I decided to go for. If it comes and I like it, I will start. If not, there is another one, Needle and Flax has it. I'm gonna try that one too. I also ordered Hemingway, so I tried 2 fabrics to see which one will work for this design. They have modeling, but not as strong as this one. This is a masterpiece. I love this one. 1884 stitchery. This is a reproduction sampler. Yes, reproduced. Love this girl. The way she designed it, the chart, so easy to read, and she made it bigger. So I do paper. I stitch from paper. I don't do iPads yet. One day I will, but not today. Confederate gray 40 count wicks, but this is a Zweigart base. Even though it's a wicks, it's a Zweigart base, and it's a pretty color. Confederate gray. I'm gonna stitch this one, and it's a huge design. This is cut-to size. So one of my favorite is it was out of print for a long time, and it was going for a crazy amount before she started to printing them. I think I mentioned it already. I just got email from her shop that she released the Birds of the Feather, those 2 samplers that everybody was on YouTube asking for. She has it. I'm gonna go buy those ones too, because I don't have enough, as you can see, I don't have enough samplers. So I need to buy those, otherwise what am I gonna stitch? This one is Jane Gilroy, 1853 Lila Studio. It says the roses, those are the ones that attracted me, those dainty feminine. GGR also has a lot of roses. I do like with the soft feminine looking borders. And the colors are all pinks. It's very feminine colors. Girly, I guess I should say girly. Look at all the pinks. So gorgeous. I might get the trash truck coming in, so if you guys hear noises, I apologize. It's a trash day today. Another one, Scarlet House, but since I started the Brenda's birthday, I'm gonna delay this one. Scarlet House, Smith sampler. Been wanting to stitch this one for a while. You know, I got it Nirvana, 90s Nirvana, I got a full yard. If I like it, I might work on this one or Hemingway. One of those two might go on this sampler because it has a darker grayish modeling fabric too. 46 count. Vintage Meadow Rue is the suggested fabric, but honestly, I don't know how people find the cold for fabrics. I don't have that luck, so I just get whatever I can. These ones I'm just buying it and not starting this. She came up this year, this one. And I have all the fabrics and stuff cut, the same one. I already had this. My original one I purchased is this. I should read those. First I drink coffee Quakers. First I drink coffee, then I do the things. And I'm using all of them 40 count Tahoe. The same flosses. They share the same flosses, so I made a pack. I even have the needle minder. Go with it. I don't know why I'm not starting this, because I'm stitching the seasonals and I forget to stitch my everyday ones. That's why I wanted to pull out some samplers and work on them in between my seasonals. Coffee Drinkers Confessions. Before this market, I have a feeling if she comes up with the fourth one, I'm gonna get it. And this one is Say Coffee. This is the newest one. Last year it came out in a market. So I have everything, including floss, and I'm keeping them together because they do share the same floss. I don't want for each kid buy the same floss because I can not always you finish all the floss from the same packaging. Oh yeah, I should start this. Okay, this one is Frederick. It's a set. Oopsie. Frederica and Frederick. Frederica has been stitched for a few years. Frederick is still waiting. The only reason it's still waiting because I keep on starting other stuff, and the fabric is this. It's a 36 count color and cotton fabric, 36 count. I have it written down, and the reason I pulled this one out to show you why I want to start Frederick on the pink fabric. So you guys don't think I'm crazy. I'm trying to match. This is Frederica. Let me just come closer. Called for DMC, and sometimes I subbed it with my hand-dyed floss if I had it. And Frederick, compared to Frederica, has less stitching because, do you see the border is all filled? Over here, the borders, we don't need to fill it in. So it has to be like that. Have I seen that post on Instagram, a Russian stitcher? She changed the heads of the birds and she stitched them together and they were looking to each other. So basically she shifted the heads. I might still do it with the Frederick, so his head is gonna look like this. And I can frame it such a way that he looks to her instead of both of them looking one way. She's looking this way and he's gonna turn his head around, switch it, and look at her. So, Frederick, not the Frederica. Frederica is already been done. And I don't know why, I thought it's romantic, it's two birds, Frederick, Frederica, pink, you know, I was in that kind of mood, so pink fabric it is. And sometimes it's fun to come out of the comfort zone after I said tabby cat thing, but this is not a heavy modeled one. Oh, this is a beautiful one. Also 1884 Stitchery has it. And if I don't start hundreds of other ones, this should have been my new start. The Plantation Sampler. I am using 40 count platinum, plain platinum fabric, and I'm gonna do called for DMC. Everything is ready, and like I said, her charts are amazing. It's so easy to read. And my start is gonna be from here. I start from here and go up. I believe Carol's a Salpak Stitcher. Yes, she has stitched this one too. I get a lot of ideas from her. I like her aesthetic, the choices of designs for samplers. I get influenced a lot by YouTubers, and if I like that person's aesthetic of the choices, styles of designs, I tend to go buy it too. This one is Margaret Craft Sampler. I don't know if it was available before, but I was able to get it last year. And it is kitted, everything. Oh, this is different sampler between the samplers. And it's 40 count natural malin. I don't know the designer. I mean the dyer. When I get it from Kitten Stitchers, they usually put the name of the fabric, but they don't put the dyer. But it feels like Picture This Plus because of the holes. So Margaret Craft. And this one is not a big one, you guys. This is an easy stitch. Does it have 1/1? Oh yeah, the words are 1/1. I like this guy. In between my sampler, I guess I also kitted up this one. It was not supposed to be here. It's Bent Creek Nativity Row. And since it's here, I'll show you guys the piece of the fabric I chose. I wanted to do the seasonals and the small separate, but it wanted to come. Fraser's Ridge by Fabrics by Stephanie, and it's cut to size. That's all you need. It's a 1 inch, or this is tiny row. So this is a holiday one. You guys gonna see more close to winter. Right now, I'm not in a mood to do holiday stitching. Right there. Again, 1884 Stitchery purchase. And it is Historic Stitches, John Foster, 1885 sampler. This one is not as big as the reproduction sampler I got it. And I do have the DMC. I do have the fabric, but I did not put it because I was not 100% sure I want it. It's a small piece of fabric, so I can choose any of my stash fabrics and start them. The ones they are suggesting is 36 count light sand linen from Zweigart. So they don't even ask for hand-dyed fabric, so. And it is called for TMC. This is seasonal, and I've been picking up and down since it came out, and I have not yet started it because of the house. It is Winter Rose Manor CS 289 by With Dye Needle and Thread. I do have called for flosses. Excuse me. I have called for flosses, but I think switch the house color, and I'm not sure about this now. Rest of it is called for, so I switched the house color, but I think I'm gonna switch again. I think that's why. Conch, I think it's called for conch. Yeah, it's called for conch, but I don't know. That's what is. I seen a stitcher switch to a peachy color. I thought her choice was nice too. Once I decide the house color, I'm starting it. Oh my god, this is so pretty. Blackbird designs come into my garden. This is the one, when it came up, I really wanted it. I was like oohing and eyeing. Now that I have it already, I put it aside and decided I'm gonna start later. I do that all the time. I do believe I have the code for fabric for it. I did not put it with it, but 36 count, well, picture this plus. Yeah, I can get that from anywhere. So, TMC floss. I kit it up with the TMC floss because that's easier for me. Oh, okay, this one I know why. I put the fabric, but because of the fabric, not the color, the fabric, I'm questioning. Let Love Rain. I'm just see if I can get the big picture. Teresa Cougar, Let Love Rain. This is so pretty. I decided to use Confederate Gray, and the fabric is beautiful color. It goes great with the floss. It's 40 count Confederate Gray, but I'm working the Love Is by Blackbird Design Confederate Gray, and I'm having a hard time tightening up on the hoop. The weave is, this is the old one. Weave is very loose, and my excess cross stitches don't look that neat. Even though I have the full size, I want to enjoy it, and I feel like if I start on this one, I'm gonna make myself stitch, but I might not enjoy it because of the fabric texture, not the color. Color is gorgeous, but then again, I purchased the fabric, and I'm like, I don't want to waste it because it is beautiful, and I'm lucky enough to have it. I know this one is a holiday, but I see it as a regular sampler, Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow. I'm gonna start this after I finish the Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. I have also on the go Maps of Hawk Run Hollow, and I have the Shores of Hawk Run Hollow almost halfway done. So if once I finished Halloween, because that's the closest to finish, I'll start this one. Oh, I also have the Farms of Hawk Run Hollow. So I have the Halloween, Maps, Farms, Shores, 4 Hawk Run Hollows going. I said it how many times? The chosen fabric is 40 count marbled Tahoe. It is more greenish teal. You see it? Teal greenish color. It's so pretty, and I'm gonna use the entire size of it, and it's gonna barely fit. It is a big design, but I think the fabric is ideal. The teal, wintry snow, and this design has a lot of teals. That's why I chose that fabric. So right after the Halloween, and I'm stitching with the DMC, cold for DMC colors. I'm starting to throw stuff. First you're organized, but in the middle of it you go, okay, just check it there. All right, Reflect des Soe, and I'm not gonna read the title. Such a pretty design. When I saw this, and I am doing with the Cold for Valdani floss, like this, with the color and cotton fabric, 36 count nightshade. This one, I think it's gonna look gorgeous, but it's a big one. Don't be tricked by the size of the chart. 231 by 198. Reflect des Soe. This one is so dainty, girly. I like girly stuff. I don't know, I guess I like pinks, I like color, girly. It's funny, but my family and stuff, like, they always make fun of me when I'm like, oh, I like the fairies, I like the girly stuff, and everybody else is like, oh, it must be her things. Anyways, the winter passed, Blackbird design. Again, another gorgeous design. This one I'm doing 40 count natural linen, but I think I'm gonna switch it. That's why I did not start it, even though I put the natural linen. I am thinking it's gonna dull down the design. I need a hand-dyed fabric. That's the reason I do have the cold for, let me see. I have cold for DMC and some hand-dyed floss. So the fabric is the reason this one has not started. This is not a big one, by the way. Blackbird design. Okay, this one, yeah, I'm gonna start this. I said that for every single sampler I showed. Oh boy. This is also Reflect des Soe. It's a French company, and I am unable to, let me see, I'll attempt. G. Leger 1898. This house, so gorgeous, so pretty. I've seen a lot of people stitch on, and I chose this fabric, Murky Sea, 40 count. It says variegation, but not a lot, and it has a light teal blue color for her. And I am using the Cold for DMC, like a mess. I'm gonna use the Cold for DMC. Yeah, I don't think I have hand dyed on this set. And I think Kitten Stitcher has stitched this. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I seen in her channel, at least she was working on it. I believe she was working, or she has finished it. That's where I saw this design first time, and I was mesmerized by its beauty. Oh, this one is entirely kitted, and the only reason I'm not stitching it right now because I have a lot of hands across the sea started already. Jen Fiddles 1835. And I have the silks, which is not always my thing, but I did splurge myself and I got the Victoria Clayton silks with the 40 count fabric. I just lost the paper. It's a extrude design. I think hazelnut. Victoria Clayton silk. It comes with all the called for and substitution. She does all the work for you, and the silks look like this way. I am working with her silks, the other Hands Across the Seas, so that's why I'm waiting to finish that one. For so I use the same packaging to store this floss. Honestly, this one is not this year's start. At least I'm being honest to myself a little bit. Oh yeah, this cutie. The moment it came up, again, I purchased it. And I am using Espresso, R&R Espresso 36 count. I think it's the exact color, if not exact, very close. And mine came with, let me just, I think in the middle there was something going on for this area, the chart. I had an additional, the girl's skirt and this area. I had an additional chart, and I think there was either misprint or something, some of the batches, so they sent me extra chart with it. Margaret Beatty, 1866, with a 36 count R&R sampler. R&R fabric. That one the fabric, I was able to get it from Kitten Stitcher. That's why I have it, because R&R and stuff I cannot find anywhere else, but she had 36 count one. Okay, this is the reprint, I think, Just None. And I am gonna do on 32 count because of all the charms and stuff. It comes with it. If I do it on smaller count, embellishment pack, I will not be able to use it. And I think it needs to be, because of not only embellishment packs, but also it has a lot of 1/1 tiny stitches around it. I mean, I'm doing the Plum Street sampler 1/1, but that's why. Oh, this is gorgeous. Scarlet House, Sarah Hopwood, 1847. And it's not a big one, you guys. 187 by 183. Is that big? Compared to 400 or 250, 300, I feel like anything under 200, it's a medium size. Anything 150 and lower count, stitch count, I count small. It might be big, but that's how I go. If it's 200, even it's 201, I say it's a big one. Because it says 187 by 183, I feel like it's a medium size or small. Medium. This one, I was supposed to start this October, but I didn't. Janet Douglas, Vintage Acorns. She has a vintage birds, she has the vintage flowers, and now vintage acorns. Love these acorns. And I chose a very interesting fabric. I think it's gonna look gorgeous. 40 count. Oops, do you guys see it? How beautiful it's gonna look. This one would be also good for the one I'm thinking, Hands Across the Sea, but I already cut to size, that's why. The one that has the tabby cat. I think this fabric would look nice on that one too. I don't know. I think it's the extrude design marbled hazelnut extrude design. So if I have not cut this, that's why I try not to cut them and put them in the with the design. I think I could have used for Hands Across the Sea and sub it for the tabby cat. But I already ordered the 9 is Nirvana. The rose and the giant pear, I have seen a lot of people stitch. It's a tiny design. And what is the stitch count? 177 by 65. It is tiny. I am using Cold for DMC and hazelnut, extrude design hazelnut with the Cold for DMC. This one is a small, so I'm gonna put with my smalls. I don't want to start a lot of big ones, but that's an excuse to start the sampler, and it's a small one. Oh yeah. Oh, I have this kitted up with the DMC, the same platinum linen as the not shores, as the farms of Hakran Hollow. From the same cut actually. I got it for both of them. Platinum 40 count linen with DMC. I love these houses, and I wish I started this instead of the farms, but I already started the farms, so I want to finish that before I start another one. Because if I start this one, this will be number 5. This is not farms though, farms of Hakran Hollow, but might as well be from the same designer. I have Autumn on Lazy Bear Mountain by Kathy Barrick. And I have it already kitted up with the DMC and 40 count linen. I think it's a cream linen. It's not hand dyed. Oops, and I have my card. Yeah, and this is for this. What I'm thinking, the reason I stopped is there is a spray, antiquing spray. Etsy shop sells it. I put it on my cart. I'm contemplating. I'm thinking of buying the spray, spraying on the fabric before I start stitching. If I like it, I'll stitch it. It's a big fabric. I don't know. But I want to antique this one. I'm just scared. That's why. But I want some or coffee tea dyed. I might just do that. Little bit, make it oldish. The way, like this one, I over coffee tea dyed it, but I like the coloring and stuff. So if I can do that, not to that point, but antique it a little bit, I'll show this next time. Yeah, this is cute. I want to do for my grandmom. Their own traditions, needles and pins. I learned stitching, I learned crocheting, knitting from my grandma when she started taking care of us. So I learned a lot of my mom was also crafter, she was sewer, but I was very young when she passed away, so I learned a lot of the handcrafting stuff from her once she started taking care of us. I put the 36 count H hazelnut, this color. I think it's a extrude design. This is how it comes. I want to say it's extrude design because hazelnut is her color. I got a H hazelnut and stuff. Yeah, I think it's extrude design fabric. I'm almost there, you guys. Oh, this is market release last year's, not this year. Fox and Rabbit, Mary Morgan's. And I love the colors, so unusual for a sampler. Look at these colors. Neon and the oranges, but it makes it work. Look at this area. Yeah, I used the 40 count. Looks like a picture this blouse. H paper, color and cotton. That the truck is gonna stop here. H paper, color and cotton, and I'm gonna do Mary Morgan's 2001 Fox and Rabbits. This is a big one, 289 by 291, so this one is in the large category. And I should have done this. Okay, Garden Vegetables by Kathy Barrick. I was gonna start last year and I didn't. 40 count, and I have the DMC and Vintage Country Mocha printed with the DMC, all kitted up. I think I'm waiting 1 or 2 Kathy Barrick finishes before I start. I have the I finished the Sarah Spur, and I am waiting for the finished Garden Glade for this to start. And I also have the Cooper. It's not here, but I have Cooper kitted up. Kathy Barrick again. It's a bird. And the last but not least for today is the Drown Thread. So, excuse me. I kitted up with the hand-dyed floss, stars. Drown Thread stars. And those are all the large medium size samplers I have today to show you guys. Those are all, I can start anytime. Like this one, I already have the fabric also. Well, dark one. I'm not sure if I'm gonna start all of them, but if I want to start, I have the option of this many to start. And so I'm not liking any of projects or time to wait for another new project. So I have a lot of them ready for it. I do want to finish today by thanking everybody, all the new subscribers, all the people that come in and checking out my channel. I want to thank you all. Thank you all the people who's been watching from the beginning. And if you guys like what you see, this kind of content, it's like, subscribe, and hit share button. There's a bell under the video. If you hit the bell, because mine is not regular, YouTube will let you guys know when I upload a video. So I don't upload a lot, so your email is not going to be flooded with hundreds of notifications. But that's one way to stay in touch and see if my videos come up. I do appreciate all the comments and all the kind words and encouragement, advices I get on my comment section. I do appreciate it, and I'm appreciative of everybody's connecting, contacting, and commenting. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and have a wonderful, stitchy 2 weeks until I see you again. Bye, you guys.